Hello everyone, my name is Kishore Muthukumar and I am the host of this podcast which is called Multiple Perspectives. Our first guest is Professor Anną Zalewska-Janowska, who specializes in dermatology, venereology, allergology, immunology, who currently in Psychodermatology department.
Thank you for introducing me and for invitation.
Thank you. So we have some questions from our student circle. So we made some questions. So you can share some ideas, insights.
I will do my best.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
What do you think about psychodermatology, and like some history about psychodermatology, what that mean to the students here?
Psychodermatology actually is my best area, most pleasant, cost-effective, and a lot of fun. And psychodermatology is a discipline on the crossroads of dermatology, psychiatry, psychology, cosmetic medicine, surgery, cosmetology, and so on. And it deals with skin diseases and skin problems and stressors. We should realize that skin and nervous system are from the same part of the embryo, and they are just like siblings. And stress goes from the head till the skin and comes back. And what is there extremely important as regards psychodermatology? It's visibility of skin. And if you have not nice skin, you are regarded by the society as not a good person, ugly, and stigmatizing. So this is extremely important.
What made you personally interested in this field, psychodermatology department?
Actually, when I was doing my medical studies years ago, when you were not probably planned yet, so in the 90s of the last century, I did a part of my medical studies at Leeds University in the UK. And there, I met psychodermatology for the first time. And I really love it. Because apart from, approach to patients, very holistic, the second leg, I can say, as regards psychodermatology, is taking care of the medical health providers. In order the blind is not leading the blind. Joining the psychodermatology department, it's a different issue because I actually asked the rector magnificus after my habilitation thesis years ago to create psychodermatology department. So I could say that it was my idea, and thanks to the authorities of the University of Lodz, medical one, it was granted. But the idea came from my medical studies at Leeds University in the UK in the 19th of the last century, when I met psychodermatology there.
I'm also a student. During exam times, I feel very stressed. I feel demotivated. I feel what's happening. Like, what's your suggestion on this? Like, why this thing happening, especially during exam times? Why this type of rash or something? It's a mind to skin. So this connection between the mind to skin, something is, Can you tell about this more?
As regards this connection, mind to skin, under stress, when it's too much stress, and as you kind of pointed to the exam session, so we have that much stress, a connection between mind and skin is really, shall I say, rushing. And because skin and the nervous system are from the same part of the embryo, they are just like siblings, they actually speak to each other. And under stress, you should remember that epidermal barrier is actually not well preserved because it goes down as regards production of the lipid phase, and we have lower threshold of different stuff which are coming on the skin. One thing. And second, as you said, rash. This connection, mind-skin, leads to development of so-called neurogenic inflammation. And it is presented in the skin just like itchy rash, okay? Which is not, of course, contagious, but it is troublesome. So probably you have more sensitive skin, just like somebody can have more sensitive stomach, heart. And when stress comes too much, these organs are taken on board and they give symptoms. So it's good that you found this most sensitive organ, because when we know where we are most sensitive, we can actually have some prophylaxis. Just like, for example, rebuilding the epidermal barrier. So, for example, this very elegant and new emollients, they are very, very useful. And over the counter.
So what's your opinion, like some advices to students, like, what can the way of approach, especially when you are studying medicine, during that time you have faced the stress. How did you cope up? Can you tell some few words about that?
I can share with you my actual strategy, anti-stress strategy. I have three most, shall I say, powerful to me coping with stress strategies. First, support group. To have support group, it is we as Homo sapiens representatives and social creatures, we need support, social support, somebody, sometimes something, And support group give you power, give you strength, give you motivation, give you help. Second stuff is optimism. And as regards pathophysiology, the organism functions better when it's a little bit on the optimistic phase. Not too much, because you know what I mean. We have to do something in order, for example, to pass exam. Not only say, oh, I am very optimistic, I will pass the exam, why not? It's nice, but it's not enough to put something in the brain. But this optimistic phase gives you better functioning physiologically. We feel better. Under big stress, for example, we say, if we are very pessimistic, we actually trigger the most powerful stress axis, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, adrenal gland. And we stimulate cortisol to be released in excess amount from the adrenal gland. And remember, cortisol is one of the most powerful immunosuppressants known to the Homo sapiens representative. It means that we feel worse because it acts as a pro-depressive agent, and it's immunosuppressive on the immunological system. It means that we can catch cold and some viruses easily.
My next question is, which skin condition mostly demonstrate this mind to skin?
As regards skin conditions, or which are very connected to stress and mind interactions, I can say that actually all chronic skin conditions could be found in this group. But the most pronounced connections and the best or highest amount of publication in this field is in psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, eczema, contact eczema, urticaria, acne, alopecia areata, rosacea, vitiligo. Chronic ulcers as well, so they are really these conditions that actually stress can trigger them, and maintain. And sometimes those conditions, they can be triggered, because of different reasons, okay? Genetics, susceptibility, but because they are very long in duration, they can cause backwards information to brain and actually stimulate anxiety, depression, different psychopathologies. So they are bidirectional stuff, from skin to the brain and from brain to the skin, and actually the same conditions. The same, it means the names, but the triggering factors are different.
Do psychological intervention like, the stress, mindfulness, do improve this dermatological outcomes?
In general, yes, because stress, it's taking us out of the balance. So all methods which deal with stress, as you said, mindfulness, okay, also motivation, coping with stress strategies, teamwork, different psychological therapies, behavioral stuff, and support are very helpful. Also hypnosis. However, unfortunately, there are not much research data on that as regards the level of science. Not huge groups, so we really need more research, psychological questionnaires connected with biological mediators, because this is progress. But as you said, they are extremely helpful, and in the team, psychodermatological team, the smallest one, it's dermatologist, psychiatrist, and psychologist or psychotherapist. So there is the minimal interdisciplinary team. And the people add their competence in order to take care of the patients in a biopsychosocial approach. Okay? So taking care as regards holistic approach, just like the father of medicine, Hippocrates, did.
Do